Thank you. This is and Ma'am. Good morning, colleagues. This is a great day to KI Twala. I would like to introduce our SGB member, Umam Khumalo. And we are so happy that she is amongst us because most parents are at work. Samgela i-company, i-vendor, nayo. Samgele nabazali, abaye basithemba, basinikeza abantwana babo sahlala nabo. Sibonge noNkulunkulu okuthe phakathi kwabo laba bantwana, laba abangenabo abazali, thina saba abazali sathatha indawo. Siyanibonga ke bazali ngoba abantwana benu baye bahlala iminyaka emihlanu from grade 8 to grade 12. Sinani sinibiza ukuthi nize uma kukhona esikudingayo kini. And I'm so proud to say these boys, these learners, they never came to my office for problems. They only came when they needed help, curriculum-wise. Sibonge, bafana bakwaMahlangu. You know, manager, it was so difficult to work with these boys. Ba twins, mawufuna lo awazi ukuthi ubani umfunayo. And we end up unikeza umunye izindaba zomunye kodwa athi ayasiyimi uziphecelezana. Kenneth, siyabonga. We also thank Mr. Mazarura, who contributed a lot to these learners, especially Stobile. You were so lucky ukuthi wena ube notishera ozokuthatha zakubeka nase-province. And may God bless Mr. Mazarura for the work that he has done. I think eMbalenhle can take over.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Bonani Zinyati. Sebenzela eMbalenhle mining as a senior HR officer. Just briefly, colleagues, the reason, just to share with you why we are here today. This is the day where, okay, maybe before I even start, I'm a bit confused because I thought we were here to celebrate, but I'm seeing everyone is so serious. I think to celebrate. Without this, so jabula, so bongisa all maybe just to quickly share, going back, where this process started. Speaking language, unfortunately he passed away last month due to this COVID. We came here and then we met, I think with Mr. Chibanda, and then we said, Mr. Chibanda, we just only need about 5 CVs maximum. But out of that 5, we are not going to take everyone. Because we need to go to other schools as well and combine, and then we need to decide based on that. Because the aim of this bursary was that we wanted to cover not just only one school. So we came here and we said the Chiwanda, and then he said, no, there is no way we're only going to only get so few applications. You must make sure you take 10. He said, Chiwanda, it's impossible. Remember the minus when there's a budget that we are working on. So we're working based on a particular budget. There's no way we can take it. So unfortunately, we can't pay the budgetary constraints. So just to cut the long story short, we received quite a few applications from other schools as well as from KI Twala. And I must say, the ones that we shortlisted from KI Twala is the application from these 4 gentlemen. We went through the process, we interviewed them, and then it got to a point where obviously we said we only make a decision based on the results as well, not just from the interview. We waited for the results and they came back this week. And when we were receiving those statements from each and every one of them, we were surprised colleagues. In fact, we were not expecting to see what we saw. We saw 100% physics, 90-something and all that, so we were surprised, to be honest. So just to make my long story short, we want to say congrats Stowile, congrats Bandile, and the 2 Mahlangus. Now, as you said, Principal, I'm also getting confused sometimes, because I would say I want to call Kenneth and I end up calling Kenneth because so I just decided, no, maybe I was just going to call them Mahlangus. So colleagues, we are here today to celebrate their achievement. We say well done. This is not the end of the road. This is just the start. So our role as the mine is to say that we want to offer you this bursary, of which my manager, she's going to take us through in terms of what it entails. But I want to say congrats again, gentlemen. And okay, as I said, we couldn't take everyone. Our aim was to obviously be based on the results and on other things as well. We couldn't take everyone. So at the time when we had to make a decision, it was one of those difficult moments for us, as we, due to the particular constraints again, we were pushed to only take 2 out of the 4. So we communicated with Mr. Chibanda that please invite these 2 gentlemen to come today. We want to just quickly make it small or just a short event to say we want to celebrate with them. But then Mr. Chibanda again, he complained, saying, why only 2? We said, as I said, Mr. Chibanda, there's no way we can take all of them. Yes, we would have loved to take all of them, because in terms of their performance, the interviews, and also with regards to the marks, they all did very well. But unfortunately, we can't afford to take everyone. Hence, we only invited two, I think, one of the twins and Stobile. But then again, we went, myself and Sibulele, my colleague, Sibulele, we went to our mentor to say, Sister Boss, no. We can't take only these two. What about the other two? Because I mean, we know their situation. We've seen their marks, seen everything. And she also said, I fully agree with you. Yes, we would like to take all of them, but unfortunately, as you know, the budget it won't allow us. So unfortunately, we had to drag ourselves to say we will come here, even though I don't know how am I going to be standing in front of one of the twins and Sikowile without Bandile and one of the twins, because we knew that, or we hoped they would be here today, everyone. But then this morning, my manager, she spoke to her boss, our mining GM. She did all her best to convince him to say, can't we see if we reallocate funds there and take everyone? So hence we only knew this morning, because he said, no, it's fine, let's work out on something. And then hence I had to call Mr. Chiwanda and say, Mr. Chiwanda, can you quickly invite the other two gentlemen as well? So for me now to be standing in front of you with everyone being here as we were hoping for, I'm very happy, colleagues. And I say again, congrats to Mahlangus, Sipobile. Thank you.
Good morning, Dumela. My name is Libuani, but when I came to Mpumalanga, I had to find a way to cut my name short so that people don't call me different things. So I'm called Libu. Surname is Ramwezisi. And I'm the manager for human resources at Uganda Gold Mine. And basically what we do in our department, we also do what we call community engagement, and then we also make sure that we look after, not only our employees' interest when it comes to learning and development, but also see how we give back to the community where we are mining. And one of the projects or programs that we run is this one of doing the bursaries, offering bursaries to learners. And it has come, I think in the past, to how they used to run it, they would just say they wanted degrees that are related to mining. Then, we find we're sponsoring metallurgy, we're sponsoring engineering, and then we leave out other fields. But we really visited the way we do our program and say, shouldn't it be about what, assisting those students that are actually hardworking, that have proven themselves and are deserving to get the award, other than just to compromise, just to teach the bursary to a student that we're not sure how they will be able to move on. So our bursary is basically now brought, it's depending on the learners that deserve the bursary, because we don't want as a mine as well just to put money for the sake of ticking boxes elsewhere to say we have given the community this, but we want to do something that is sustainable. And hence you will realize, I think when I looked at some of the applications, I really it's like the twins, I think are all in the business management, one accounting, one, we looked into those, but we said, let's give it to the well-deserving. And just to show that I was telling, I don't know whether I told Sibu or when I said, I can see that your shortlisting really worked, because it's not something, we didn't get any surprise. We got exactly what we saw last year. That was before they even wrote their final exams. We already had shortlisted them, just waiting for the results. So congratulations to you young men on working so hard and proving yourselves. And as the mine, we now want to basically see how we can step in to assist you so that you are not lost into the system of just roaming around the community doing nothing, and making sure that your future is bright. But it also needs your effort going forward. It doesn't end here, it didn't end last year. And I hope even here at school they told you, The hard work is coming. At university, no one will be giving your hand. At Hamburg classing, you decide in the morning, today there's raining. That's what, we went through that. It's Mama and then classing. But all I'm saying is you need self-discipline when you go to the other world. There are so many exciting things out there. The freedom is so much and it's very nice and tempting. You're going to, it also depends on who you group or you associate your life with. Because the friends that you make define who you are. So you need to check when you go forward in terms of how you invest your time going forward. As Ubonani said, it is initially we were here to award two bursaries, but we managed to get to award all the deserving learners of KI Twala, which are the 4 learners. I think I walked into an interview, it was your interview. Yeah, when they were interviewing, I walked into the interview and I just stepped in and asked him some few questions that were related to the interview, and it just to test in terms of the caliber of the people that we are. And I'm very to say I was impressed by how he managed to answer me without feeling nervous that I was not part of it. He did not appoint himself around me to be comfortable. In an interview you become nervous, but he responded as freely and as comfortably as he was confidently so. So I think no one deserves these bursaries better than you guys, all of you. We have now managed to find ways of how we give the bursaries to the 4 of you. But when we came here, like Bonani said, I was still trying to convince this morning, my boss is up there this morning, as we're on our way coming to the schools. And that's when I got the go-ahead that I can try to get all the other 2 learners, because I'm motivated in terms of how the results are good, and we can always find a way of how we can finance it. So what the bursaries say, today we're just going to give you, obviously we didn't come back with a bag of money that we can give you to go and pay your different institutions. We will be taking care of the institutions directly. You just give us the paperwork and then we do the rest. You don't have to do. But what it says is that they're going to be getting a letter today to the parents. Today we're giving your kids the letter that just tells them, congratulations, they've been awarded the bursary by Ivana Gold Mining for their undergraduate qualification. And then it further says, well, the bursary will cover your tuition. So anything related to your subject that you're going to take, we are going to pay. We are going to cover your accommodation where it's applicable. If you are going to stay at a rest or you stay in any accommodation there, as long as we get the paperwork and everything, we pay directly for the accommodation. We don't stop there, because what is the purpose of paying for your tuition and you cannot even buy your textbooks? So all the textbooks will be covered. And then on top of that, we're saying a learner that is hungry will not be able to concentrate. So we are also giving you, we'll give you an allowance every month, which will be deposited into your bank account, with details obviously you must give us, that you will be able to take as an allowance to buy your needs, your basic needs that you need while you are wherever you're going in varsity. And currently it will obviously determine depending on the cost and other things, but currently we're going to start you off at 1,500 every month for the whole year, which will put you to account for your buying the basic stuff that you need to do. Because life cannot be easy when you are facing and you are far away from the parents, and we understand that some of you really need this. So we want to support you. We don't want you to go and have excuses of not giving us good results. We want the results at the end of the day. And this obviously is subject to the admission, which we have received the confirmation that they've been admitted to the different universities. And we award, importantly, we awarded this bursary based on your good performance. So we are expecting you as a donor. to keep up the good performance and not to let us down. Because where you're going to carry as well, not just KI Twala, but you're also going to carry the mind on your shoulders where you are, because you are our ambassadors in terms of, as far as this is concerned. So that is basically what the bursary entails. We will be expected to sign a contract with the mine that basically outlines what has to be done and what you cannot do for example, with our bursary. If you receive any other bursary, please let us know, because a term of condition is that you cannot accept any other bursary other than, because we are covering everything. So let us share with the others. Maybe the bursary that you can take, so it could have helped someone else. So, but if you have any other grant or anything, we need to know, it's part of your contract that you need to let us know that this is what, and then we will decide that the money will pay the balance or whatever if there's any other thing that is talking up. But all this we are going to do for the duration of the study field of your choice until you graduate. The only reason we'll stop paying is if you don't perform, because we want the results. If you start going there and you don't see those 90s and the 80s, we start seeing 20, 40, we will have to sit down and talk about how we continue. So we have to study hard to maintain this bursary going forward. And then to the parents, what we encourage you to do is to make sure that your kids, there is no excuse of dropping out. So you encourage them to study. You are expected to sign a document for us as a surety on the basis that, and the clause that talks to it is if they drop out without any good cause, then we say the parents must pay us back because we have wasted their money. And this is, it hasn't happened, but we are saying encourage them to focus. They've got an opportunity that many people out there, many kids there want to have this opportunity, and they were the lucky ones to be chosen. So encourage them to embrace this opportunity going forward. And I'm just basically impressed by the results, and I'm hoping that whatever studies, and it was going to be very, very painful. I was saying it was painful for me to separate the twins, and I was saying if we are given one twin and the other one, I don't know, I wasn't sitting in the table to know the background, and maybe the other one struggles to get to university. What does it mean? Doesn't it discourage the other one and stuff? So I'm glad that both of you have been given an opportunity. So congratulations, and make sure that you use this opportunity wisely, and it's an investment that we're making into your future, and we want the return on investment on that one. And we are going to support you wherever you're going, the university. Our program will allow us to actually visit you in the university where you are on occasion, just to come and check whether you're settling in well and how are things going, and just to make sure that we don't lose you to the environment where you might be confused and find a lot of other things that will derail you off the road. We want to carry your hand, so it doesn't end us awarding the bursary. We'll be with you throughout the journey until you get your degrees. On that short note, thank you.
The last but not least, the one
so this is